Where we are, ladies and gentlemen, is good news that the government of Uganda has moved away from the planning stage to implementation stage of the project, which we have been waiting for a long time. The government of Uganda signed a contract with a contractor, a Turkish company called Yapı Makezi, in October, and the president launched the project in November in Tororo, as you may recall. And where we are in the contract this time around, the government of Uganda made a provision for what we call a limited notice to proceed, meaning that as the government waits for the financing to be closed off, the government of Uganda will set aside a certain amount of money so that the contractor starts the preliminary works. And indeed, this is what has happened. A certain amount of money in the quantity of 75 million euros has been set aside for the works to begin.
Government of Uganda will have an equity of 15%, and then the rest, 85%, will be debt. But as mentioned by the project coordinator, this 85% effort has been made to ensure that it is sourced from the cheapest sources possible. That is why we have a major component of 25% from development finance institutions. As you know, development finance institutions like Islamic Development Bank, African Development Bank, and OPEC Fund for International Development, these have very low rates and low costs of borrowing. The other component of 60% is coming from ECAs, but a lot of due diligence has been done around Africa. This kind of model that has even been made better in Uganda was also adopted in Tanzania. Someone mentioned, why have our neighbors moved very fast? So we have learned from them and made things even better. Thank you very much.
Those who are in civil engineering and structural engineering, doing things like earthworks, like drainage works, concrete works, like fencing, all these are for us to take as the local participants in delivering this project. There are those of you who may be able to supply materials, our local materials, sand, aggregate. You have got a rock somewhere which can be a source of material for this. You are a candidate for this for this project. There are those of you who give support services, things like plumbing, infrastructure support, labor itself directly, things like haulage. You have trucks that can carry away material which is excavated or which can bring in material. All of these, everybody is invited to participate. And I've told you the project is 2.7 billion and we are setting aside 40%. Ladies and gentlemen, 40% of 2.7 billion is a huge sum of money. And please come so that we can consume it. If we don't, then we shall give the contractor the excuse to go and spend it somewhere.